Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. Good afternoon to all of you in YouTubeland. Right now the time is approximately 5:42 p.m. Eastern Time and the date is Sunday, July 2nd, 2023. The moon is waxing in Capricorn and the sun is transiting in Cancer. Tomorrow, Monday, July 3rd, 2023, is the date of the full moon in Capricorn, which, as somebody who has 3 planets in Capricorn, I am very much looking forward to that experience. So this is the July 2023 video, or rather the official Many Moons 2023 Lunar Planner July 2023 video, and of course, I'm going to have, well, I think you should be able to see this, but I tell you, I love this calendar planner cover. Why? Because it's prismatic. I love it. I love it so much. It is one of the most beautiful Many Moons Lunar Planner covers I've ever seen. And I mean, I still love the one from last year, 2022. I won't deny that, with that gorgeous, gorgeous cobalt blue. But anyway, so here is the July 2023 monthly overview. The theme for July is conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. In other words, don't smack a bitch because you're gonna go to jail. Oops. Did I say that out loud? Why, yes, I did. Why, yes, I did. I think some of you know that I love cats in general, but I especially love black cats. And there is a meme that's on one of my Pinterest boards that has a black cat reading a book. And it reads, "Reading because murder is wrong." I would love to be able to change wrong to illegal. If anybody in YouTubeLand knows how I can, like, edit a meme, let me know. It doesn't have to be for public use, it can be for my personal use, but I'd rather, like, you know, then anyway. So, the theme for July is conflict resolution. July begins in the sign of Cancer, and a symbol of all moon children is the pearl. The oyster takes an irritant and creates beauty. Conflict is one of the themes of this year. And this theme is heightened this month. Conflict does not have to be quote-unquote bad. It shows us what we actually want and where we get caught in pride, defense, or ego. I'm going to reread that because I think some of you need to hear that again. Conflict does not have to be bad. It shows us what we actually want and where we get caught in pride, defense, or ego. Unwanted interactions can go all sorts of ways when adaptation and capacity are present. I did read that the right way. Okay. Because of our society, carceral and punitive influence. I think that, I'm going to reread that. Because of our society, carceral and punitive influence, most people are afraid of conflict. So scared that conflict as an excuse for attack, or binary thinking, or villain/victim setups. When conflict is approached with loving and generous motivations, it can be a place of repair, respect, and enhanced intimacy. Conflict resolution does not mean that a situation is wrapped up neatly with a bow. It almost never is. With all individual parties completely satisfied. It simply means reflecting on where you feel conflicted and seeing if you can't create resolve within. Resolution means widening deep enough to imagine two or more conflicting viewpoints. Conflict can deepen trust, or it can ruin it. If you are carrying conflict within, this is the month to begin resolving it. Give others grace. Learn to tell when someone is open for true repair or is more loyal to lip service. If I was in the habit of naming names, I would name some names right now. Give others grace. Clearly my psychic guides want me to reread that. Learn to tell when someone is open for true repair or is more loyal to lip service. Conflict resolution is a process that in some ways never ends, as we remain in ambivalence and compromise for much of our lives. Make art from your pain. Embrace griefs and irritants and spin them into buckets of pearls. My hands feel so tight right now as I'm reading this. So I clearly need to do this work as well. I almost never experience tension in my hands for obvious reasons, and yet, okay. And if I'm feeling this as I'm recording this video, then clearly some of you might have unconsciously or even consciously gripped and strained your hands. Okay, moving forward. Conflict Resolution Tarot Spread. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, my beautiful, wondrous coffee. I invite y'all to take a sip of the beverage of your choice. And I'm going to read, it's a 6-card spread. I'm going to read the card positions, and then I will show you which deck I'm going to use. So first, card number 1. What is my inner conflict about? Card number 2. What pattern or fear is this a symbol of? Card number 3. What is my avoidance of conflict about? As I would say, that is a pivotal card. Card number 4. How can I navigate conflict more skillfully? Another pivotal card. Card number 5. What will getting more comfortable with discomfort teach me? Another pivotal card. And card number 6. What gifts, awakenings, or repairs will facing my current conflicts give me? This is a 6-card spread. I'm going to lay out the cards in 2 rows of 3 cards each. I am using the Luna Soul Tarot by Darren Schill and Mike Medaglia, founders of Liminal 2. And I'm going to leave it there so that y'all can see it for a few seconds. I'm going to shuffle the deck. By the way, this is the deck that I was guided and led to use last year in conjunction with the ritual planner for 2022. Ritual, spelled capital WRITUAL, is a wonderful company that has this amazing, phenomenal, beautiful journal. And it's for daily spreads, it's for an annual horoscope spread. I mean, it really is a beautiful journal. I was guided and led to take a break this year, but I have a feeling that in 2024, I shall absolutely resume using it. Okay, and I'm going to move the deck now, the box rather. And as I cast these cards, as I shuffle this deck, I call upon all celestial beings. I call upon the goddesses, gods, ascended masters, archangels, angels, the sacred fae, the elementals. I call upon spirit guides, Reiki guides, healing guides, mediumship guides. I call upon tarot guides. I call upon any and all guides who wish to be present for the casting of these cards for the collective here and now. I'm going to cut the deck into 3 piles. I'm being guided and led to put the first pile on top of the other 2. Now, just for my own peace of mind, for some of you this may resonate completely, for some of you it may not resonate a whit. I do not know. I will only know if you let me know in the comments. So, card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, card number 5, card number 6, and I have the rest of the deck where the final message card is at the bottom, and I will turn that over at the end of the reading. My psychic guides are like, get ready to be wowed. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Are you ready in YouTube land? Card number 1, what is my inner conflict about? Wow. Okay. Why am I saying wow? Because the Chariot card is astrologically aligned with the sun sign Cancer. Right now, the sun is in Cancer. In fact, the sun entered Cancer on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. So, the conflict is about last year, because 2022 was a... No. This is the Chariot card. The Chariot card is numbered 7. 2023 numerologically reduces to 7, as in 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. So this is a conflict about something that happened this year. And given the astrological associations of the sun sign Cancer, it is also about our home life. It is also about the collective's home life, the collective's mothers, human and divine, our sense of security, our sense of safety, and our ability or inability, actual or seeming, to move forward. Card number 2. What pattern or fear is this a symbol of? Justice. Feeling that one has been unjustly treated. Feeling that one has been discarded. Feeling that one has been deemed unworthy by another, but possibly from the self as well. Card number 3. What is my avoidance or conflict about? Card number 3. What is my avoidance or conflict about? The obstacles we currently face. The obstacles the collective currently faces. You know, I didn't notice this previously, but all of the wands in this 8 of Wands card are flaming. So these are conflicts that make us feel angry, that make us feel afraid, that make us feel like we have to fight for our lives, we have to defend ourselves. Card number 4. How can we navigate conflict more skillfully? How can the collective navigate conflict more skillfully? Strength. By following our inner heart's guidance. by tuning into the love of our heart, the love that radiates from our heart chakras. It's also interesting to note that the Strength card is astrologically aligned with the sun sign Leo. And this is the sign after Cancer. And I'm just going to look at this. Actually, I just remembered, this year the sun enters Leo on Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. So I have a feeling that between Saturday, July 23rd and roughly on or around August 20th, 2023, we're going to walk through the fire. I'm a huge Buffy fan. I couldn't resist. Card number 5. What will getting more comfortable with discomfort teach the collective? How to cut a bitch out your life. How to cut a bitch out your life. You've heard that expression, they live rent-free in your head? Evict that bitch. Evict that dirty ass bitch from your head. She can no longer live rent-free in your head. Oof. Oof. And I gotta tell you something. No. David, my primary psychic guide, is like, you're getting ahead of yourself. Card number 6. What gifts, awakenings, or repairs will facing our current conflicts give the collective? Divine love, healing energy. Ace of Cups. It's interesting that this card came out because traditionally, the Ace of Cups corresponds to the date of the summer solstice. And the summer solstice, at least, well, in the northern hemisphere at least, the summer solstice was on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. So I have a feeling that we're going to go from moving away from the conflict or running away from the conflicts to radiating divine love, healing energy. And the final message card is the Six of Swords. For more than 20, actually for almost 35 years, I've looked at the Six of Swords as the ending of confusion and anxiety, being replaced by greater clarity and illumination, mentally and spiritually speaking. So there is this greater level of clarity and illumination that is on the other side of this. You know what I'm saying? I cannot help but notice that 4 of the 6 cards in this tarot spread are major arcana cards. And absolutely, it tells me that the presence of divine forces are at work. And I absolutely overly recommend harassing the asses of all the celestial beings, of all the spirits that you normally call upon, if you are open to doing so. Some of you know that I have often advocated for harassing the ass of St. Jude. I love being a happily recovered Catholic, and I happen to love being a witch that venerates and works with saints. And there is a new St. Jude candle that I'm going to burn. And I have not acknowledged St. Jude because St. Jude does not seem to have come through for me. So now I'm going to light another St. Jude candle and resume harassing his ass. I'm not going to mention why. He knows. And that's all that needs to be said about that. I also find it interesting that all but one suit are present And the suit that's absent are pentacles. We have 4 major arcana cards. We have 1 wands card, 1 swords card, and we have 1 cups card. So I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say that for the collective, most of these conflicts may have very little, if anything, to do with either money or physical health matters. That's not to imply that they are completely absent, but the ratio of, let's say, or the percentage of pie that corresponds to, say, those issues is more like 2%. Because we have 4 major arcana cards, let's say that's 80%. We have 1 wands card, let's say that that's 9, 18, 27. Yeah, so 9% for the wands card, 9% for the swords card, and 9% for the cups card. Did I just do math really well in my head? Ooh! I mean, when I watch the video again to make sure it meets with my approval, I'll know for sure. But then I'll adjust it if necessary. But yeah, I have a feeling that money is not as much of an issue, and physical health matters are not as much of an issue. And given that the first card does correspond to the current transiting sun sign, I feel confident in saying that the vast majority of these issues are more emotional in nature. Evict those dirty ass bitches from living rent-free in your head. I'm also going to say that because there is 1 wands card and 1 swords card, and generally speaking, phallic symbols relate to creativity, I feel that using one's creative abilities, artistically or otherwise, are instrumental in absolutely dissolving these conflicts. I've always had a bit of an issue with the word resolution. Remember, R-E is a prefix that means again. So sometimes when we resolve something, we're kind of bringing it back. Or we're bringing back what we don't want. That's one of the reasons why for more than 2 decades, I have not done New Year's resolutions. My thing is about New Year's dissolutions. What do I want to dissolve from the last year for the next year? Like, what do I want to dissolve from 2022? Feeling like I don't belong. What do I want to dissolve from 2022 into 2023? Feeling like there's no place for me. So I'm very much about what do I want to dissolve from the ending year so that it doesn't come back into the new year or into the next year. I find it also interesting that we have the card Justice followed by Chariot. And I'm going to say something about that because for those of us that have been using tarot for years and years and years, we know that in some tarot decks, trump key 8 is strength and key 11 is justice. In this tarot deck, it's reversed. Now, from a Western astrology perspective, it makes perfect sense that key 7, which is the Chariot, which is astrologically aligned with the sun sign Cancer, be preceding key 8, the Strength card, which astrologically corresponds to the sun sign Leo, because in the zodiacal wheel, Leo comes after Cancer. But notice that in this tarot deck, we have the Roman numeral 8 above the Justice card, VIII, and we have the Justice card, the Chariot card being VII, Roman numeral 7, Roman numeral 8. So I have a feeling that there is something to be said about 2024, which numerologically reduces to 8, as far as dissolving a lot of conflicts. By the way, I'm going to use the remainder of this time to publicly announce that from now until July 21st, I am offering a divine discount, a summer solstice special, if you will, on my psychic services. I am slashing my fees 50%. Please keep in mind that it's 50% off my fees outside of public venues. It's not 50% off my fees at public venues such as the Moon Serpent and Bone Markets, because what I charge at the Moon Serpent and Bone Markets for my psychic services is already less than what I charge outside of these public venues. Just wanted to give you that little FYI. As always, I am most thankful to the Sarah Faith Gottesdiener, gottess, on Instagram for creating, writing, and offering the Many Moons Lunar Planners. And I am also thankful to Darren Schill and Mike Medaglia, who co-created the Luna Soul Tarot. And of course, to all of you in YouTubeland, thank you, thank you, thank you for honoring Drake and I for everything we do. And of course, I personally thank you for all the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and for scheduling your sessions. And that's it. Stay tuned for the next video.